June 28, 1914, the day Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo, causing Austria-Hungary to declare war on Serbia. World War I soon began on July 28, 1914, and lasted all the way to November 11, 1918. This war destroyed the old world and shaped a new one, and saw a major shift in the art world because of it. What was once a feud between those two nations spread to involve over 32 countries. The main countries were Britain, France, Italy, Russia, and the US against the Central Powers, which consisted of Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. New technological advancements such as automatic weapons, tanks, trench warfare, and chemical warfare soon made it become living hell on earth, instead of the mark of passage so many young men sought after. Aside from innovations on the battlefield, a new creation took place at home away from the frontier.
This new breakthrough was the creation and usage of wartime propaganda. World War I was the first war to utilize propaganda in a way to inform the people on the ongoing hellish struggle, and to promote nationalism and buying war bonds. Posters were among the most common forms of propaganda, and were a huge opportunity for artists to enter the fray. In Britain, the Prime Minister set up the Wellington House, which was a propaganda department. This department included artists to produce and edit propaganda before they were released. Before the US entered the war, propaganda was heavily utilized to try and persuade the American populace to join the fight. One of the most popular and still used propaganda pieces was the "I Want You" poster of Uncle Sam.
Initially influenced by British recruitment posters, artist James Montgomery Flagg created the poster of Uncle Sam pointing his finger directly at the viewer. The text read, "I want you for the U.S. Army, nearest recruiting station." This simple painting with visible strokes is bordered with red, white, and blue stripes. Realistic and with only a few colors to the palette, this piece is simple yet effective at grasping the viewer's attention. It seems as though Uncle Sam is accusing the viewer to partake in their moral responsibility in protecting the country. On the other side of the battle, and the globe, Germany had its own images to persuade its populace. Artist Walter Georgi published this piece in 1918, which was a lithograph with color.
This poster displays a man, presumably a German soldier, armed with a sword guarding his wife and her baby. The text, when translated, reads, "War loans help the guardians of your happiness." This image holds an almost religious undertone, such as the Virgin Mary holding her child, and imbues a confident, calm, yet alert tone. The purpose of this piece was to get German citizens to buy war loans in order to fund the 4-year war. The most powerful and disturbing propaganda pieces, however, is Fred Speer's Enlist, published on June 1915. Following a German U-boat attack on the RMS Lusitania, news broke out of the incident. More than 1,000 civilians were killed in the attack, and 128 of them were American. This haunting piece shows a woman who was a passenger on the Lusitania drowning underwater while cradling her baby in her last moments. Its mostly drab and dreary palette of colors represents the bleak and inhumane event. This piece is meant to horrify, enrage, and awaken the Americans that were in doubt of the U.S. entering the war. Here, art is at its finest in manipulating emotions and provoking a response.
Art had infused itself with the government more than ever before, thanks to the government's using propaganda as a tool of war. World War I was the start of wartime propaganda and is still a staple and tactic used today. An artist's job to invoke an idea or raw emotion in the viewer is cranked up and exemplified at its maximum. This soon bled into marketing and advertisements and became the inner core of specifically American lifestyle. Just as the ravaged lands of war lay burnt and crumbled to dust, so too did the antiquated art world of yesteryear. In its ashes, a new modern realm of art took its first steps.